This conference will now be recorded.
तौफीक ताईद हिम्मत यारी 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 اللهم لك سجودي وطاعتي شكرا لله والحمد لله شكرا لله والحمد لله یا علی مدد عزیز سر
یا علی مدد یا علی مدد
مولا علی مدد
سبحان اللہ توفیق تاہید ہمت و یاری آمین یا مولا تمام ساتھیوں کو یا علی مدد and once again welcome to our morning session on such a great beautiful morning. The sun is shining and Imam is very happy with us for this qurbani of our time and our knowledge. Inshallah, we will continue to learn and come closer and closer to the Noor of Imam with more and better understanding. We will be able to follow Imam and his Farman, and inshallah, Imam will be happy with us and we will be happy with him on this endeavor. As you can see the subject on our screen, I would like to tell you this is not my favorite subject, but in previous week or two, we had received so many inquiries, questions, comments that this Garib and Nachis had no choice but to cover this topic. So I would request, please pray for me. Please pray that all of us, for the last time, understand this topic, and hopefully we never have to talk about it, or we don't have to worry about it, inshallah. So let's raise our hand in Imam Huzur, that Ya Mullah, give us tawfiq, tahid, himmat wa yari. Ya Mullah, guide us. Guide us, help us. Ya Mullah, help us understand our batini tariqa. Ya Mullah, let us remove our focus, our energy, our intellect away from the things which are not important. Ya Mullah, keep us on Sirat al-Mustaqim and move us forward, not backward. Move us forward so we may go from Hakikat to Marifat. Ya Mullah Merban, keep your blessed hand on our shoulder so we may focus on the ilm and the talimat of the Imam of the time. And Ya Mullah, please keep your blessed, merciful Khana Vadan on us Garib so we can be blessed by your nur, your happiness, your pleasure. Ya Mullah Merban, we are thankful for all the guidance that you have given us over the last 65 years and over the last 1400 years through your Noor-e Imamat. Ameen Ya Rabbal Alameen. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. The subject in the form of question, Muharram, and the 10 days of Muharram and the 40 days of Muharram. How do we understand and act in this month? Like I said, and I'm being honest with everyone here, that this is not a subject that we should have after hundreds and hundreds of years of Imam's guidance to the Jamaat. But because there is a question, there is a concern, then it is our task, duty to the Jamaat to answer. And that is exactly what we will try today. The hope is, उम्मीद ये है कि ये सवालात जो बहुत पहले हमें समझ जाने चाहिए थे will not come again. Let's go and read some of the farman about Muharram, and then we will try to understand, and we will see if we can remove the doubts, worries, questions out of our heart. We need to keep our ears, our heart, and our mind clear of whispers, of ill concept. We should not be listening to things which gives us doubts about our tariqah, about our imam and any of the beliefs, iman we have in our heart. Just like we do not play in dirt. When we find something dirty, we stay away from it. Ill concept will make you sick spiritually and intellectually. The whispers, the bad knowledge, we need to stay away from so we do not get spiritually sick. Please recite the Holy Salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Muhammad. Mullah says, you are reading narrative in 10 days of Muharram. Read what is imparted in the present Farman. You see, it's not me saying this. This is a clear Farman that we should be focused on the Faramin of the Imam, not on something that others are teaching you, and you are so focused on it that you have doubts in your heart now about our tariqah and about the Imam. It has damaged your Iman because we did not follow this Farman. By which your souls may be random, then read these Ginans. Redeemed, sorry, my bad. With which your soul may be redeemed, then read the Ginans. You are reading the narratives of Hazrat Imam Hussein, which is not authentic on the whole. It contains many fabrication of mullahs of the others. The battle of Karbala was fought. We are not denying the history in which Shamir martyred Imam Hussein. True, that's fact. But those stories are fake, indicating that they insulted ALWAAZ, they martyred Imam Hussein and arrested the members of ALWAAZ, but they had not disgraced them. Why are you, Imam is directly talking to us now, why are you sitting in front row wearing black clothes? It is not good for you to come to Jamaat Khana in this black attires, for which I am not happy at all. So let's take 5 minutes to understand the Farman. Very simple Farman. Very simple Farman. There is a history and there are facts. Then there are fabrication. People have inserted their own thoughts and emotion into the history. And they draw a huge grave picture in front of you. How Imam Hussein was martyred. How close to 16, 17 member of his family, of our Imam's family, the children, the brother-in-law, the sons of Imam were martyred brutally. And they emotionally blackmail us. That is emotional blackmail. when our tariqa sits on logic and intellect. And what is the foundation? Asul-e-Deen. What is Asul-e-Deen? If we cannot answer that, how can we call ourselves the true Mu'mineen Ismailis? What is Asul-e-Deen? Imam never ever dies. The Noor-e-Imamat, people have tried by martyring, killing almost 20 Imams in our history. Not one, not only Imam Hussein, but 20 of them. They have tried to take away, blow away, destroy the ALWAAZ, the Noor-e-Imamat, the Noor-e-Ali, the Noor of Allah Himself. But Asul-e-Din teaches us and tells us that Imamat and the Noor cannot be blown away. Cannot be. Imam Mola Ali, Imam Hussein, Imam Zain al-Abidin, Imam Muhammad Baqir, Imam Jafar Sadiq, on and on and on, are living, are present. That is Asul-e-Din. There is always Imam and his Noor present. If Imam and his Noor is present, then why and what is the reason that we will be sad? And I will give you some good logical explanation and the proofs. So those with intellect and logic will understand this quickly. And those who do not or choose not to understand the logic, then the free will is with them. I cannot take it away from them. You cannot take it away from them. Imam does not take away from them. Imam does not take your free will. It is your choice. If you choose to stay and not understand the logic and the living Imam, then that is your choice. Quran talks about the way we present ourselves. When I say we present ourselves, meaning how we make a statement through our clothes. So let's take the positive side first. On Friday, on Chandrat, on Kushali, when we wear nice clothes, we wear perfume, we celebrate Imam's birthday, Imamat Day, Navroz, Chandrat, other Kushalis. But we also not necessarily use our tongue, but we display through our attire, our clothes. We show that we are happy. Just like that, when someone is wearing black clothes, they are making a statement that I am sad, I'm mourning, I am observing the Muharram. why are we observing Muharram? Did your Imam die? Did your Imam die? Were your Imam gone? Or your Imam is living and present? The Noor is right in front of you. What do you have to mourn about? What reason would you have to mourn? That is the question for all of those who had made comments and question and sent queries in last couple of weeks. That is one question. Do you believe or do you think that they were able to extinguish, blow away Imam's Noor by martyring, killing Imam Hussein? What about Mullah Ali? They also martyred him. What about Imam Khalil alayhi salam? Just recent history, less than 200 years ago. They also martyred him. What about our beloved great Imam of the time? The very day that he passed away, we celebrate Imamat Day. Logic, intellect. Think about it. In our tariqah, the fundamental principle of our tariqah is on the ever living, ever present Imam. If you ask a Hindu, what was the best time in the history for you? They will tell you when the Krishna, when the Ram were present. If you ask a Jew, what was the best time in history for you? They will tell you when Moses was here, when Harun was here. If you ask a Christian, they will say when Jesus was present and Shamun was here. If you ask a Buddhist, they will say when Buddha was here. If you ask a Muslim, they will say when Muhammad was here. If you ask a Shia, Ishnashari, they will say when Ali and Hussein was here. But if you ask a true Ismaili, what is the best time in history for you? You know how he or she will reply? Every time when Imam is living and present is a happy day for a Mu'min. Is a happy day for Mu'min. We have nothing to mourn about. Nothing, zero. So let's look at some of this. Ahadith, and we notice, and even in our Farman, and I have seen a lot of women, especially, and I appreciate them so much. They wear white clothes to Jamaat Khana. You know why? Because that is the favorite color of Allah, Muhammad, and Imams. All of them love white color. And I truly admire our sisters, our daughters, our mothers who wear white clothes to Jamaat Khana. The most favorite color of Prophet Muhammad was the white color. And he preached, just like our Imams that white is the favorite color which pleases the Imam because it represents sadgi, simplicity. It represents your humility, your humbleness. It represents your purification, your purity. It represents good. Black represents evil, bad. Now, before somebody asks me a question, we do have a black suits that we wear on occasions, but not as a mourning, not as a sadness. We have a black tie which we wear, but it is not part of mourning or sadness, and we are not making a statement that we are sad by wearing black suit or black tie. When we are making a statement by wearing a black cloth, then there is an issue. So what do we do when we have mayat in our family, in our jamaat? What do? We don't wear black clothes. We wear white clothes. Simplicity, right? Simplicity is the key to the purification of the clean heart. That is what we represent in our tariqah, in our hakiki tariqah. All of the sadness was for those who had lost their Imam forever. Imam Hussein represents the haq, the truth. Imam Hussein represents the haq, the truth. Imam Hussein represents the firmness of the Iman. He could have easily saved himself and his family by taking the bayah, the oath, in the hand of Mawiyah. But he chose the path of the haq. He represents the bravery. He represents the home of the Imam, the home of the truth. He represents the Noor-e Ilahi, Noor-e Ali, that regardless of what happens, even if we have to lose our physical life, we will stay on Sirat al-Mustaqim. That's what he represents. He does not represent sadness. Why would we be sad when Imam Hussein himself does not represent sadness? Imam Hussein represents haq, the truth. That is the teaching of our tariqah. And I promise you, I will share some wisdom, some references to prove my point. So I divided this session into two. So there was first session on the Farman. Let's take the second question. Why should we not observe Muharram? Because there was a question was received by our dear Ismaili brothers and sisters. We love all of them. But that was the very question. Why should we not observe Muharram? And my answer was because the Imams are ever living. Because mourning, if we believe that we have lost the Imam and the Nur. But we believe our foundation sits on ever living Imam. The Imams are ever living. Imam says in his Farman, Imam Hussein is ever present in all places, also is present now in the living Imam. If you don't believe Hazrat Imam have the Noor-e-Ali, Noor-e-Hussein, and Mullah Ali and Hussein are living in the present living Imam. If you don't believe that, then you are right. You have a reason to mourn. You have a reason to observe Muharram. So, where is your Iman? That is in your hand. You follow your Iman. You do you. जो आपको अच्छा लगता है, जो आपका ईमान है, वो आप करें. Imam will not come and stop you. I cannot stop you. No one can stop you but you yourself. Because they were firm. They were really, truly hard set on this question. Why should we not observe Muharram? That is the question. So let's start on this now. Let's see, why should we not follow observe Muharram? Again, a farman. A fierce battle was waged against Imam Hussein in the plains of Karbala. He fought alone with thousands of persons, enemies at that time. Despite suffering oppression and severe trouble, he declared, I am the Imam. Even after 1400 years of history of oppression and force and persecution and martyred and hardship, Imam are declaring, I am the Imam. So now we have two choice. We believe in Hazrat Imam who's saying, I am the Imam, or we believe in the others who says we have lost the Imam and the Nur. Choice resides with you individually. Imam is saying exactly same what Imam Hussein says, I am the Imam. Mullah Baba says, I am the Imam. He did not hide his imamat at that time. If the dress, the jama of the Imam is not present, then all would become infidels. In other words, if there was no living Imam, so now it's easy for us to understand why does Ishna Shri Shia observe Muharram? Because they don't have a living Imam. They don't have a living Imam. But you, as an Ismaili, have a living, present Imam. What reason would you have? Unless you do not believe in Imam. You do not believe in living Imam. And you think that Imam was murdered, Imam and his Nur is gone, so we have something to mourn. If that is your belief, then there's nothing we can do. But if you believe in the living Imam, then this question is not a right question. Imam says, the authority of Imam Hussein is with me at the present, and I myself am Imam Hussein. So when Imam is himself Imam Hussein, why should we even observe Muharram? Makes no sense, no logical sense. Are we not listening to Imam's Farman? Are we not understanding Imam's Farman? What would be the reason for us to observe Muharram if and when we believe in the Imam and Imam is Zaman? Imams are ever living. Let's come further. There were many different kind of people in the plains of Karbala. And the reason I have taken this reference because there are many different kind of Ismailis today. I'm trying to draw a parallel. Yes, I'm trying to draw a parallel. There are many kinds of people in the time of Karbala. There are many kind of Ismailis today. And some among them admitted Imam Hussein as an Imam. Like today, we believe in Ali as Zaman, Imam as Zaman. Listen, we are not done yet. And then Imam quoted this in the Persian by saying, Imam, Imam, my Mola, and then they martyred, killed Imam Hussein, their own Imam. Remember, those who killed Imam Hussein were no other than the Muslim. Christian did not kill them. Yahudi did not kill them. Kafirin did not kill Imam Hussein or Mullah Ali or any of the Imam. None of the Imams were killed by Kafirin. Each one of them, the Abdul Muljim in the Kufa, the very Abdul Muljim who had received many citations for praying extraordinary namaz, nawafil, and he was praised for that by the prophets and imams and the elites of the time. He was very high regarded Muslim. Then he killed Mullah Ali in the masjid. In the masjid, Imam Hussein was martyred by a Muslim, and when he was asked by Mavia, what is so hurry? Why did you do it in so much hurry? You know what he said? I did not want to miss my namaz. How sad is that? That you are killing Al Bayt, the son of the Imam, the son of the Bibi Fatima, Khatunul Jannat, the grandson of the Prophet that you loved. Al Bayt. And not only him, you killed his entire family. And you call yourself a Muslim that I'm running late for namaz. That is the part that we have forgotten and we have lost. That is the only reason someone will ask, why should we not observe Muharram? Because you have forgotten the history and you wanted to be on the side of those who killed Imam Hussein. No, No, I wanted to be on the side of the haq of the Imam of the time. My Imam and my Imam Hussein and your Imam and your Imam Hussein is present and living today. We have no reason to be observing Muharram. Let's talk about this Farman further. I don't want to say anything from my own. I wanted to present you with the facts from the Faramin. Shamir also worshipped God and said that he was his slave, Banda. Even then, he martyred his own Mola. Shamir claimed that the Imam was a man like him. He thought that Murtaza Ali was the hand of God, but he, the Murtaza Ali, was not there to be feared because he forgot that Imam Hussein is Mola Ali. So he did not fear him. Shamir did not recognize that Imam Hussein himself was Murtaza Ali. So I want to break here. When we insist on observing Muharram in the remembrance of Imam Hussein, you know what we are saying? That I have forgotten that Mullah Hazir Imam, the present living Imam, is Ali, is Hussein. Or we are saying, I don't believe Mullah Hazir Imam is Mullah Ali and his Imam Hussein. That's exactly our action is saying. Are we saying that? Nozbillah, I hope not. Do you see what was reason for me and my dislike of this subject? Because it will bring lot of truth, fact in us. And that is not our purpose to hurt anyone. It's not our purpose to show a mirror to disbelievers. That is not our purpose. And that was my reason of disliking this subject. But I could not sit silent when I received queries, not one, not dozen, but dozen on the top of dozens. That showed that we have been misguided, we have been misunderstood, we have forgotten our history, and we have forgotten the Asul-e-Deen, the fundamental principle of our tariqah, the believing in the Ali Zaman, in the present Imam, the living Imam. Just like Shamir did not recognize that Imam Hussein himself was Ali, he forgot for the sake of worldly temptation and benefit. We wanted to fit in. We wanted to fit in. We forgot. In that fitting in with others, we forgot that Ali is living and present in the Imam Zaman because we wanted to fit in. Mullah Imam Hussein could have fit in with Mawiyah. He did not choose to fit in. He did not choose to fit in. He chose the side of Haqq, the truth. If you wanted to follow Imam Hussein, follow his example of the truth, of the Haqq. He did not follow the theory of fit in. No, follow the truth. That's what he did. If you want to follow, observe Imam Hussein, Follow his example. Give qurbani for the haq, for the truth. Even today, those hakiki believers, see, even today, there are Ismailis believers like him who does not believe that Hazrat Imam is Noor Ali, Noor Hussain, Noor Imam. That's why they are trying to fit in. Shamir was not so as Namrud, who claimed for his divinity. He used to say that he was a slave of God. So now the comparison of Namrud, who tried to martyr Prophet Musa. हजरत मूसा को मारने की कोशिश की थी by claiming he was Allah. Shamir was not like that. Shamir was like you and me. He believed in Imam, but he forgot that Imam Hussein was Mullah Ali. Just like today, some of us have forgotten that Hazrat Imam is Mullah Ali, Imam Hussein, Imam Zain al-Abidin, Imam Muhammad Baqir. Imam is the living present Imam. When we forget, our example will be the example of Shamir. Nozbillah Khudana Khasta. I hope we are not on his example. We should be in the example of true Mu'mineen who gave their life for the Imam in the time of Karbala. They gave their life for the truth. They could have easily fit in. They could easily have said, I'm with Mawiyah. They could have fit in. But they do not choose to fit in. They chose the side of Haqq, of the Imam. Be careful, my brother and sister. Be careful in your action, in your Iman. Do not lose your Imam for the sake of fitting in. Be careful. Shamir, even though he martyred Imam Hussein, not only this, he also was much in hurry to kill Imam Hussein. Imam Hussein said, "Why you are in much hurry?" Shamir replied, "It is now the time for the namaz, so that I may kill you and quickly join the namaz to offer my namaz." You see, I'm going to give last example to show what Imam wants from you. Current Imam. I have the dates and I have the proof. If we were supposed to be observing Muharram, but the Imam Hussein was in the forefather, in the family of the ALWAAZ from Hazrat Imam, right? Imam Hussein, Mullah Ali was the forefather of Hazrat Imam. Then he should be observing Muharram. That was his family. It's like you saying that somebody in my family have died and you are observing his death. When somebody in my family had died, you are observing the mourn of my family member's death. Look what Mola Bapa have done. Let me show you. Let me try to open our eyes. And all of us remember this. And I have written the dates for your convenience. On October 14th, Chandrat, you can go and look it up. Look it up. Okay? I will encourage you to look it up so you may believe. The first Muharram, the Chandrat in 2014, 2014, October 14th, first day of Muharram, Chandrat. Imam sends a talika to the Jamaat. And Imam says, today your Imam and the family are happy, are happy. It is a joyous occasion that my son, Prince Rahim, and Princess Salvia, his wife, are pregnant and they will, inshallah, soon will be giving a birth to a Nurani family child. Your Imam is happy, and I would like to join me in this happiness. And guess what? This was 6 months, 6 months before the fact. Before the fact. Because the first son, the Irfan, was not born until April 11, 2015. October 14th, he sends the Talika, the first day of Muharram. November, December, January, February, March, April. 6 months. Imam could have waited for 40 days. Imam could have waited for 2 months. Imam could have waited for 3 months, 4 months to give us this happy talika of the birth of the child of Prince Rahim. But look at the wisdom. On the first day of Muharram, he sends a talika. 6 months ahead of time. Have you ever heard of that? Have you ever in your life have heard Imam, even when his own Nurani family children, Princess Zara, Prince Rahim, Prince Hussein, Prince Ali were being born, that he sent the talika 6 months ahead? Have you ever heard of that? Never. Never. But on this first of Muharram, he sends the talika. What was the message in that talika? You know? That your Imam is happy, he is celebrating the Nurani family, Nuran Allah Nur, the Nur in the Imam's family is alive and well. I'm happy, I'm celebrating, I want my Jamaat to celebrate with me. And what did Jamaat do? What did you and me as a Jamaat do? Tell me. And I'm asking a very serious question here. Ask yourself, reflect. Did you celebrate? Did you become one with the Imam's happiness? Or did you observe the Muharram? What did you do? I will leave you with that question. When Imam asks you as a farman, as a talika, that your Imam is happy, celebrate with me. Celebrate with your Imam. Did you celebrate on the Muharram? Self reflection. Self reflection. May I ask for forgiveness? Humbly, I ask for your forgiveness. If this has touched too close to your Iman, to your heart, if this has hurt you in any way, If you still believe in the observing Muharram and this part has hurt you because of that, then I offer my sincere apology. But I did not choose this subject. This is not my subject of liking, but I could not say nothing because not one but dozen upon dozen question and comments were received during last 2 weeks. Thank you everyone. Let's open the mic. Let's be honest with each other. What question do you have now? Tell me. Let's see if we can talk about it. G.
Subhanallah, Subhanallah, sir. Friends, please share your questions in the chat. Okay, sir, we have first question. Would you advise we wear no black clothes to Jamaat Khana, period?
That is the farman of the Imam. That is the farman of the Imam. I would say don't do anything which is against the Imam's farman. Imam does not like black clothes. If he doesn't like, then we have no reason to wear black clothes to the Jamaat Khana. And that is a farman, right? And we're supposed to follow Imam's farman. You are correct in understanding that. G. Any other comments, question?
So friends asking, then why do they not do weddings in Muharram?
That's a good question for Tariqa board, not for me. That is a very good question to ask Mukhi Sahib, Kamri Sahib, Tariqa board, council, because if you ask me, I would have no problem. None, zero. Because my Imam is living. That's a good question for you to ask. G.
So friends asking, black clothes on Muharram or anytime?
Let's look at Imam's Farman once again. Maybe we did not read the Farman correctly. Let me go to this. All right. So this is the Farman. In one of the Didar hall, when Malapa was in the Didar hall, these are the words of the Imam. Why are you sitting in front wearing black clothes? It is not good for you to come to Jamaat Khana in this black attire, for which I am not happy at all. You see the Farman, right? Now, let's look at the Hadith. And Imam's Farman, that Imam and the Prophet, and look at the Quran, they like clean white clothes, attire. You have all this right in front of you, the Farman, the Quran reference, and the Hadith. G.
So friends asking, the Imam himself wears black. Everything in Islam is based on niyat. If you are not wearing it as a sign of mourning, does it really matter?
That's what I said. We do wear black suit, black tie. We do wear those, right? But where and when do we wear those? And wearing black suit was because we are mourning a death, or because we are in the black suit, black tie party somewhere. And that party require the attire of the day is black suit and black tie. And they are celebrating something like a wedding or like some occasion. And they are wearing black suit and black tie. Right? So listen to the Farman. Imam does not like you to wear black clothes in Jamaat Khana. Don't wear the black clothes to say that I'm mourning a death. Don't make a statement with your cloth, black cloth. Instead, make a statement with your white cloth. The statement of purification, simplicity, liking of the Imam, that I'm wearing a white cloth because my Mola likes it. Ji.
Sir, we don't have the question in the chat. Friends, I'm going to unlock the mic. So if you have any question, please ask.
There are two questions that I see, and if you give me permission, let me read those first.
Okay, so
Our
what if you have
Central
to join
Asian
us for
Jamaati members,
the coming weekend?
can
Oh,
you mute?
just do that.
Come to that.
Just come and do that. But you have to buy the baseboard, right? Yeah. Yeah. So take a picture.
Kamran, can you mute,
The
please?
baseboard is good. Over here, it doesn't matter if they want these. There's only this.
Just mute everyone.
Maybe if you can just paint this again, because this will look new when you buy it, right?
Sir, you can unmute your device now.
I got it. Thank you. You can hear me, right, Kamran sir?
Ji, sir.
Okay, so two questions here in the chat. Our Central Asian Jamaati members wear black during Mayat. Ladies will cover with white pacheri. Now, I would ask the same question to them, because remember, we do not control someone's free will. That is against the Imam's farman. That's all I can tell you. That is against Imam's farman. Then if they choose to wear black, then that is up to them. If they are trying to fit in, that is up to them. But that is not the tradition, not the farman of Ismaili Tariqa. White is called for. You should wear white as much and whenever possibly. Any other color but the black. All right. Next question is Bora have Imam? Still they observe Muharram. They have an Imam? I did not know that. Maybe you can teach me and enlighten me that Bora has Imam. Bora doesn't have Imam. Only Ismaili Tariqa. Only one Tariqa in Islam has a living Imam, and that is Ismaili Tariqa. So maybe you want to check the facts. Now you can go ahead and unmute and ask question. I wanted to take those questions because I thought those were serious questions that needed to be answered. Go ahead, please.
Ji, sir. Friends,
यानी
please unmute your- if you have any question.
अपना ये जो समीर है वो इमाम हुसैन को क्यों शहीद किए?
क्यों शहीद किया?
समीर ने इमाम हुसैन को शहीद किया, बोले ना शहीद करके वो नमाज पढ़ने को गए,
जी
तो क्यों
जी.
इसको शहीद क्यों किए?
Okay, so for that you need to read history, right? because that
No,
will take hours
sorry,
and hours.
मुझे ध्यान में नहीं है, इसलिए मैं पूछ रहा हूँ कि उसने क्यों सही क्यों किया.
क्योंकि इमाम हुसैन ने रिफ्यूज किया माविया के हाथ पर बैत करने से.
ओके, थैंक यू. और दूसरा, ये जो काले कपड़े की बात होती है, तो बोलते कि पहले के जमाने में लोगों का ईमान वो था कि कपड़े देख के ईमान खराब हो जावे या तो ठीक हो जावे, मगर अभी कोई ऐसा नहीं है. इमाम का फरमान या इमाम बोलते हैं कि मीन्स के काले कपड़े नहीं पहनने का.
Okay, that's fine with me. That is absolutely fine with me. But
और कभी
Farman
कभी
is in front of you.
जमात खाने में भी देखता हूँ, काला खमीज पहन के आते, व्हाइट पेंट पहनते, मैं देखता हूँ.
मेरे भाई, hold on, मेरे भाई. We are not judging anyone. Everyone have their free will. We are not judging anyone. We are just showing the facts from the Imam's Farman. Whoever wish to follow may follow. Whoever wish not to follow, that is perfectly fine. We are not judging anyone. And we are absolutely okay with it. So let's not judge anyone.
नहीं, सामने से बोलते कि अभी का इमाम का फरमान नहीं है कि काले कपड़े नहीं
मेरा
पहनने.
भाई, please. मेरा भाई, please. Let's not go into that. Because that is not our matter, not this subject, not our concern. Someone wearing black shirt will not reflect on you and me. So why are we wasting our time on that?
Okay. Sorry.
जी.
सर, मेरे पास एक क्वेश्चन है मोहर्रम को लेके. और सर क्वेश्चन ये है कि जो हजरत कासम की जो ये मेहंदी निकलती है इन मोहर्रम में, तो कहते हैं कि ये जो है हमारी लाइफ डेडिकेशन की मजलिस से रिलेटेड है. इज दैट ट्रू और नॉट?
Not true.
नॉट ट्रू. सर प्लीज डिफाइन करेंगे आपके कैसे, क्योंकि जो बेसिकली हिस्ट्री थी वो तो यही बोलती है कि इनकी जो है वो जिंदगी भर की खिदमत के तौर पर हमने ये कबूल किया. तो
Not true. आप उसको पढ़ें सही तरह से. तमाम मजालिस की रीसेंट हिस्ट्री है. आपको पता है लाइफ की मजलिस सुल्तान मोहम्मद शाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि, may our soul be sacrificed to him, was given to those mu'minin who wanted to present their life service khidmat to the Imam of the time. It's not an old history, it's very recent history. People do make up things just to feel good, just to make them feel good. And there is a lot of false narratives. But that is not true. That's why I simply would say that is not true. G.
Yani Madad.
Yali Madad.
Just quick question. So when you're talking in terms of black clothes, is it just more like not for a funeral? Because I mean, a person can have black outfits that are like, pretty, that they want to wear, which are decorative and shiny and,
We just covered that, right? If you are
Sorry,
not making a statement,
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
it. That's your
Just
answer.
making sure, because I was a little bit confused, because I was like, isn't it always like hakikat over, like the tariqat over the, so I was like, isn't it more like meaning wise versus like, the actual what you're doing? But yeah, okay, thank you.
G. Someone else was trying to ask something. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is why there is a question from last week's lesson that we what is the significance of Piali and Kum?
I'm sorry, Shirazba. Let's ask that question later. Let's focus on the subject. So someone else had a question about Muharram. What was that? Or somebody else was trying to ask something?
Ji, Nargis Saiba, you were asking something?
कहना चाह रही थी कि क्या हजमाम का कोई फरमान है इस प्रेजेंट जामे का काले कपड़े पहनने या ना पहनने के बारे में? आपकी नॉलेज में है ये बात?
So, are you saying, let me try to understand question. If Mola Bapa does not have a farman on black cloth, then the previous farman is no good, not valid? Is that your question? Nargis, is that your question? Can you hear me? Is that your question? Okay, looks like we lost her. Ji, next question.
So she is there. नरगिस साहिबा, आप आपका डिवाइस अनम्यूट करेंगे?
सर मुझे भी एक सवाल पूछना है सलीम को।
जी
पूछ लो सर। सर मेरा
जी
एक तो
go ahead.
कमेंट है। हाँ, एक मेरा कमेंट है, ये समीर नहीं है, शिमर है मेरे ख्याल में, अगर मैं
Okay,
गलत ना हूँ।
हाँ,
okay, शिमर है, ठीक है।
हाँ हाँ, क्योंकि कई मरतबा मैंने देखा कि शमीर दिखा जा रहा है, लोग भी कह रहे हैं शमीर, तो शमीर नहीं है, शिमर है ये। दूसरा
उसका
ये
नाम
है कि
कासम
इमाम
भाई भी होता, सलीम भाई, उसका नाम कासम
हाँ,
भाई भी होता तो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता था।
कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। नहीं कोई फर्क नहीं
जी
पड़ता, लेकिन मैं
जी
हिस्टोरिकली बात कर रहा हूँ कि हिस्टोरी में जो इनका नाम जो है वो शिमर बताया गया, भाई चाहे वो
ओके
इब्न अब्दुल रहमान इब्न मुलजिम की ना हो, उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता।
जी
ठीक है। दूसरा सवाल यह है कि इमाम सुल्तान शाह के फरमान है कि इमाम कहते हैं कि जब जमात खाने आओ तो कपड़े सादे, साफ और पाक पहन के आओ, कोई भी ऐब ना होना चाहिए और किसी की बुराई ना करो जमात खाने में आके। ये एक इमाम
सुभान
सुल्तान
अल्लाह।
शाह का क्लियर फरमान भी है, तो आप इस पे जरा
Absolutely,
कमेंट करेंगे प्लीज?
absolutely, it's very clear Farman. Thank you for drawing our attention toward that. The Farman is wear simple clothing. Simple clothing when you come to Jamaat Khana. उसका reason ये था because if you are wearing clothes which are not simple clothes, then your entire focus is on your clothes and showing off your clothes. Your attention was never to come to Jamaat Khana for the purpose of ibadat. Your purpose of coming to Jamaat Khana was to show off your expensive clothes. So Imam have said, wear simple clothes. And when do you wear simple clothes? What is the simple clothes? Normally, white clothes are considered to be simple, or any other color which are not dark and reshmi, barawa, glorious, because that draw attention toward the cloth and takes our attention out of the ibadat and the remembrance and the dua that we are there to recite. So thank you. That was a good forman. Yes, thank you. Ji,
सर वन मोर क्वेश्चन।
ji.
सर अगर हमें कोई मुहर्रम का न्याज सेंड करता है तो क्या वो हमें खाना चाहिए या नहीं?
What is Moram ka niyaz?
सर आई डोंट नो, जैसे हमारे सराउंडिंग में ऐसा होता
You
है।
just answered your question. I don't know. You just that was your answer. इसका मतलब आप
बिकॉज
समझ गए कि आपको कोई बाजू वाला कोई पोर्क बेचेगा तो मैं खा लूंगा।
नहीं, वो तो नहीं खाएंगे, बट ऐसा होता है कि ये न्याज है, क्या खाना चाहिए कि नहीं?
I just answered your question. Do you eat
नहीं।
everything that is sent to you?
नो।
Okay, that is your answer. See, our religion sits on logic and intellect. We make right decision based on logic and intellect. Right? If we don't eat everything which is sent to us, then you can simply say, if you are sending me as a friend some food, thank you, and you should eat. If you are sending me this food because you want me to become part of your beliefs, and I should eat this as the niyaz of Imam Hussein, but my Imam is living and there cannot be niyaz for the imam. You see, logic and intellect. It's okay to speak out truth, or it's okay to be quiet and not say anything. No one can force you to eat pork, can they? How many times you will go out if you are living in Western countries and your friends, your co-workers are offering you, in even in our company, we get lunch all the time. They would have a pork. What do? You silently don't say anything, don't eat. Just go back to your desk. Mind your own business, right? You see that? Logic and intellect.
Yes,
जी
sir.
जी
जी नरगिस साहिबा, आप अनम्यूट करेंगे।
मैंने ये पूछा था कि मैंने जब भी बच्चों को ये टॉपिक हमने उठाया था एचआरडी वगैरह में, तो बच्चे कह रहे थे कि बहुत सारी तब्दीलियां एक इमाम के बाद दूसरा इमाम करता है तो हम उसको फॉलो करते हैं। तो क्या हजमाम ने कोई तब्दीली नहीं की है ड्रेसेस के बारे में, तो अब हम सुल्तान शाह वाला फरमान ही फॉलो करें। मैंने बहुत सारे मिशनरीज से पूछ कर उनको तसल्ली भी दी, मगर वो नहीं माने। मैंने आज तक
ओके
नहीं पहने ब्लैक कपड़े जमात खाने में, मगर देखें आप बात नोट करें कि जमात खाने में जब पार्ट की ड्यूटी अलॉट की जाती है कराची में, तो दे से कि आप ब्लैक ड्रेस नहीं पहनेंगे, ठीक है। दुआ में भी जब बच्चों को टर्न मिलता है तो उनको मना कर देते। इट मीन्स के दे ऑल्सो ओबे द फरमान ऑफ इमाम सुल्तान बादशाह, ठीक है। मैं सिर्फ अपनी नॉलेज के लिए जानना चाह रही हूँ। अजीज साहब ने बहुत सारे फरमान पढ़े
जी
होंगे, मैंने भी हजमाम के बहुत
जी
सारे पढ़े हैं, अब भी पढ़ रही हूँ, मगर क्या ऐसा हुआ है कि इमाम ने इस टॉपिक पे कुछ कभी कुछ बोला हो, इंस्ट्रक्ट किया हो, हमें इंस्ट्रक्शन दिया हो? सिर्फ अपनी
ले-
नॉलेज के लिए पूछना चाह रही हूँ।
जी so let me answer you in the way that will answer 100 question, not one question. 100 सवाल का एक जवाब मैं देना चाहता हूँ। थैंक यू नरगिस आपा फॉर एक्सप्लेनिंग, आई अप्रिशिएट इट। बहुत बहुत नवाजिश, क्योंकि अगर आप एक्सप्लेन नहीं करते तो मेरे को सवाल समझ में नहीं आया था। थैंक यू फॉर दैट। अच्छा, 100 सवाल का एक जवाब, one answer to 100 question. Hazri Imam have never talked about mirchi masala. He has never talked about tea. He has never talked about the sond. Hazri Imam Karan Jama have never ever, not a single farman in 65 years of imamat on the sond. Are we giving the sond? Are we following Sultan Muhammad Shah's farman on the sond? Hazri Imam have never talked about thousands of subjects which Sultan Muhammad Shah in his lifetime has covered. Not one, not 100, thousands. With one single farman, Hazri Imam taught us this, that I, Maula Baba says, I will follow on the footsteps, on the path which my grandfather had laid for us. मैं मेरे दादा के तरीके पर और जो हिदायत उन्होंने बिछाई है हमारे लिए, उसके पर मैं चलूंगा। अगर मौला बाबा बोलते हैं कि मैं मेरे दादा के फरमान पर चलूंगा, तो हमको क्या करना चाहिए? सी, एक सवाल का एक 100 सवाल का एक जवाब। जब आप नए स्कूल में बच्चों को सिखाते हैं तो आपके पास कहीं भी जाने की जरूरत नहीं है आपको। You do not need to go to missionary and tariqa board. You should have the basic fundamental logical intellectual ilm, so we may teach others. And this one single farman covers all of that. So remember this. Next time someone asks, this is the reference you can use. जी,
याली मदद।
यानी
बहुत
मदद.
शुक्रिया।
Thank you so much. जी फरीदा.
हाँ जी अजीज भाई, मुझे ये
जी.
पूछना था कि जैसे हमारा 160 फरमान सुल्तान मोहम्मद शाह का उसूल दिन में है, शरीयत, तरीकत, हकीकत और मार्फत के लिए કે એ અને તે બંને અલગ અલગ છે. એ રોઝા, નમાઝ, બંદગીને ચાહે છે, તે खाली उम्मीद आजादी नहीं रखे छे. बराबर है, ये फरमान मौला का है. तो उसमें मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि हमको ये दर्जा ईमान के जरिए मिलेंगे. बराबर है, हम शरीयत में है, तरीकत में जाएंगे, यानी तरीकत यानी इल्म लेना, फरमान लेना. लेकिन हकीकत की जब भी शनाख्त होगी तो वो शनाख्त हमको सिर्फ फरमान के जरिए होगी कि फरमान बंदगी इबादत के जरिए होगी.
बहुत अच्छा
कोई
question. And
हाँ
again, I will give you an answer which will answer 100 of your question. Maybe today is the day for this kind of ilm. Today is the day. Are we शरीयती, तरीकती और हकीकती?
वी आर हकीकती बिकॉज हमारे
That
पास
is your
हाजिर नूर
answer.
है.
That is your answer to your question.
हाँ
Imam has blessed us. Imam has blessed us with hakikat. If you are saying that we are in Shariat, then we will go in Tariqat, then what we are saying, we are stuck in Shariat still. अभी तक हम शरीयत में फंसे हुए हैं, अब हमको तरीकत में जाना है, तरीकत से सीख कर हमको हकीकत में जाना है, जबकि आज ही हम हकीकत में हैं, आज ही हम हकीकत में हैं. जी.
तो मौला फरमाते हैं कि તમે દરજ્જા બદરજ્જા આગળ વધશો. તો ઇલમ
હકીકતના અંદર દરજ્જાતને વધાવો. શરીયત તો મૂકી દીધું ક્યારે,
हाँ
કેટલો ટાઈમ થઈ ગયો. હકીકત તો ભણી લીધું ક્યારે, લોંગ ટાઈમ થઈ ગયો. હકીકતના અંદર પોતાના દરજાને વધાવો.
ઓકે. તો ઈ દરજામાં ખાલી ફરમાનથી તો નહીં થાય ને, ઇલમથી તો
નહીં
નહીં થાય, ઇબાદત
નહીં,
જોશે ને એના સાથે.
ફરમાન ઉપર રાખો, ઇબાદત એ ઇલ્મ એના અંદર આવે છે. જી
अच्छा
ફરમાન નહીં માનશે, ઇબાદત બી નહીં કરશે, ઇલ્મ બી નહીં લેશે. ફરમાન માનશે તો કરશે ને.
तो बड़ा तो
સમજી
तो
ગયા?
मेरा हाँ तो मेरा क्वेश्चन ये भी है, तो फिर हमको इलम कितने घंटे लेना चाहिए, कितने घंटे लेना चाहिए इलम, फरमान कितना पढ़ना चाहिए.
ओ आप इमाम कलाम इमाम मुबीन में ही देख लें आप. मौला ने बोला है 2 से 3 घंटे इल्म और 2 से 3 घंटे इबादत. ये कलाम इमाम मुबीन के अंदर ये फरमान है.
ओके
2 से 3 घंटा इल्म और 2 से 3 घंटा इबादत,
ओके.
तब जाकर हम हकीकत के अंदर अपना दर्जात को बढ़ाएंगे.
तो आपके मैंने पहले भी लेक्चर सुने थे, तो आपने उसमें हमेशा बोला है कि जब भी टाइम मिले तभी जिक्र में बैठ जाओ, लेकिन इलम भी साथ में रखना है.
देखो इल्म के बगैर तो आप इबादत जितनी भी कर लें, हिंदू लोग भी इबादत करते हैं, आपने देखा होगा ना.
बराबर बराबर.
राइट. इल्म के
हाँ,
बगैर इबादत कुछ भी काम नहीं आने वाली है,
अच्छा
और इबादत के बगैर इल्म भी कुछ काम नहीं आने वाला है. देखिए
ओके.
वापस फरमान ऊपर रखा, इबादत इल्म बराबर बराबर.
ओके ओके. थैंक यू अजीज भाई,
सर मैं
और शुक्रिया आपका बहुत बहुत. आप बहुत अच्छा समझाते, इसके लिए मैं तड़पती होती कि कभी
ये
संडे
सब
आवे तो हमको समझ में
सब
आवे.
मौला का, सब मौला का है, अपना कुछ भी नहीं है. थैंक यू.
शुक्र शुक्र. थैंक यू याली मदद.
यानी
जी
यानी
जी.
सर एक सवाल है, एक सवाल नहीं है, वो आपके जो फरमान आपने पेश किया ना, उसके ऊपर का हिस्सा मेरे पास मैं देख नहीं सका, मैं मिस किया, मैं शायद उस वक्त मैं पेशेंट के
कौन
साथ
सा
था.
वाला है, विच वन?
ये जो फरमान है ना हाजिर इमाम का, जो ब्लैक क्लॉथ के ऊपर में,
जी एक सेकंड में दोबारा डिस्प्ले कर देता हूँ, आप देख लें.
प्लीज उसको थोड़ा
और
सा नीचे कर
कामरे साहब शेयर भी कर देंगे, कामरे साहब शेयर भी कर
ओह
देंगे.
थैंक यू.
ठीक है, ये वाला फरमान है, ये रहा.
हाँ
जी
हाँ ये अच्छा. और दूसरा ये कि आपने एक फरमान की बात की थी कि जिसमें वो हाजिर इमाम ने जो फरमान किया था कि उनके बेटे के यहाँ बच्चा पैदा होने वाला है, उसका वो फरमान आपने शेयर नहीं किया।
ओके, फरमान वो तालिका था ना, और तालिका पता है ना आपको मिलता नहीं है, बट यू कैन फाइंड इट इफ यू लाइक, क्योंकि मैंने आपको तारीख दे दी ना। देखिए ये तारीख है,
नहीं
चांद रात
नहीं मिलता।
अक्टूबर 14
एक
2014।
फिर से नीचे कीजिएगा थोड़ा सा, एक ऊपर वो मैं देखना चाह रहा था। मैं कॉपी कर सकता हूँ ये जो आपने जो फरमान है इमाम का?
मैं आपको भेज देता हूँ ना, कॉपी करने से पूरा पीडीएफ ही भेज देता हूँ मैं।
ओ वो फंटास्टिक, ओके, थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
या अली मदद। Any other comments or question? Any other comments or question?
So we don't have any call. There's a lot of comments in the chat, but I think there's one friend asking if we don't take the niyas from the excuse me, from the Ishnasharis, is it going to be? It'll be like insulted. So is it not a sin to throw away anaj or food?
Okay, so I think I did answer that. Let me elaborate. Okay, maybe you did not understand what I said. If somebody gives you pork, will you eat? That would be insulting. They are your co-worker. They bought a pork for you, ham sandwich for you, rib steak for you. Wouldn't that be insulting to them if you don't eat pork? All right. I think you understand now. Now let me answer second question. If you are taking the food as the offering of the food, then who told you not to eat? I didn't say that. But if they are offering you as a niyaz and you ask, or they tell you, this is the niyaz, you eat this as the niyaz of Imam Hussein, then you need to be open, truth, by saying, I'm sorry, my Imam is living and present, we do not take niyaz. If you are offering me a food as a friend, thank you, I would love to eat this food and share it with you. Be honest, logical, intellectual. Take both example. How come you don't mind insulting someone who's offering you a pork sandwich? Why? But you think that your Ishnashri friend will be insulted? No, they will not be. If you tell them, be honest with them, tell them the truth, and if they are your friend, if they are not your friend, who cares? If they are a friend, they will understand that your belief does not allow you to do it. And let me remind you again, it was Imam Hussein believe that he did not do bayat on the hand of Mawiyah. That was his belief that stopped him and got him killed. But still he did not do bayat because he was on the side of the truth. Aren't you supposed to follow your Imam? Aren't you supposed to be in the side of the truth? You're supposed to be in the side of the truth. So which side do you choose? The side of the Imam or side of being fitting in? Fitting in will get you in trouble. G.
So we have a couple of questions. First, friends asking, why in the UK we have black skirts for the smiley uniform?
Good question. As your Jamaat Khana Mukhi Sahib. I cannot answer those questions because I don't have authority to change your uniform, right? You have to ask your Mukhi Sahib, your Tariqa board, your council. This is not a valid question for this Garib and Nachis. I have no authority over your Tariqa board. Ji, ji.
So another question, friends asking, people say that this Muharram is the holy month for dying. Is there any significance?
Okay, that's all. That's my answer. Ji. Next question.
Don't see any questions.
याली मदद
Ya
ये
Madad.
इस्लामिक जो मंथ है सब कभी 29 आता है कभी 30, तो ये जो मंथ रसूल सल्लल्लाहु ने बनाए इस्लामिक जो मंथ है वो
ये सारे महीने एक लॉजिकल बेसिस पर बनाए हुए हैं। चूंकि हमारे पास इल्म नहीं है ना, तो हमको पता नहीं है कि मुहर्रम का मतलब क्या होता है, शाबान का मतलब क्या होता है, रमजान का मतलब क्या होता है। You know, what we need to do, if we truly are believer and truly wants to learn, we need to read per Imam's Farman, the books of Hudud-e-Deen, books of our Dais and our Hujjatan, which will explain each month. Each month represents one of the rank of Hudud-e-Deen. Each month. So you are right. This month are given to us by the prophets, by the Hujjatan, by the Dayan, and explained. It's not hidden. It's not just for me. It is open books for everyone to read. And you can find out what does each month represents. Ji.
थैंक यू सो मच
सर मेरा एक सवाल है, एक और सवाल इसी से याद आया
जी
कि हम ये जो 12 महीने काउंट करते हैं वो ये इसको फॉलो करने के लिए जो हम जो ईस्वी कैलेंडर को फॉलो करने के लिए हम 12 महीने रखें, या इसके पीछे कोई रीजन है कि ये 12 महीने की कोई वजह है? क्योंकि 13 महीने भी हो सकते हैं, क्योंकि अगर देखा जाए तो 12 महीने उसके अगर ईस्वी सन के हिसाब से देखा जाए तो हर महीने का हर साल में 10 दिन का फर्क आता है।
12 महीने जो है वो 12 हुदूदे दीन को रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं। 12 महीने 12 हुदूदे दीन को रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं। जिस तरह से मुहर्रम की खाली मैं एग्जांपल लेता हूं, मुहर्रम रिप्रेजेंट मुस्तजीब, फिर माजून, फिर माजून मुतल्लक, फिर दाई मुतल्लक, फिर हुज्जत आजम, फिर इमाम, फिर असास रमजान की मिसाल है, फिर नफ्स कुल और अक्ल कुल। ये 12 महीने 12 हुदूद दीन की एग्जाम्पल पर रखे गए हैं। और इस्लामिक कैलेंडर जो है वो मून के हिसाब से चलता है, जबकि ईस्वी कैलेंडर वो सन के हिसाब से चलता है, यानी कि उसका दारोमदार सूरज पर है। इसीलिए आप देखते हैं कि कभी हमारे पास 31 दिन होते हैं, कभी 30 दिन होते हैं, कभी 29 दिन होते हैं, कभी 28 दिन होते हैं। So my humble opinion and advice to whoever like to take, but you don't have to take, it's not compulsory. We should focus on what is important, not what is not important. Muharram and this subject we have taken today was not my favorite subject, was not important to me, and this is not the subject I wanted to take. But I have a duty toward the Jamaat. And when questions are asked, I have to answer them. But this is not an important subject that we should waste too much of our time in. जी, क्योंकि कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है कि ये मुहर्रम का महीना है कि रमजान का महीना है कि शाबान का महीना है, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है। हमारे लिए हर महीना इमाम के साये के अंदर ब्लेस्ड ब्लेस्ड एकदम
सर एक
अच्छा
सवाल
महीना है,
इससे
अच्छा दिन है हमारे लिए हर दिन, क्योंकि हमारे साथ इमाम है। हमारे क्या फर्क पड़ता है? मेरे को कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता ये मुहर्रम है कि रमजान है कि शाबान है। मेरा मौला मेरे साथ है तो वही दिन मेरे लिए अच्छा है, वही महीना है मेरे लिए ब्लेस्ड महीना है। जी
सर इसी से रिलेटेड है कि मतलब ये आपने जैसे कहा कि ये 12 जो है वो हुदूद दीन की बात करते हैं, तो ये हुदूद दीन भी क्या वो 28 या 30 दिन पे मुनस्सिर होते हैं या उससे उसका
इस्लामिक
कोई
महीना
रिलेशन नहीं है?
हर दिन, इस्लामिक महीने के हर दिन 30 दिन के हैं, बराबर 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 360 दिन होते हैं इस्लामिक कैलेंडर के अंदर,
अच्छा,
और
तो यानी हर
5
महीने
से
का जो
6 दिन
हुदूद
का
दीन
फर्क
है,
पड़ता है। सॉरी मैंने आपके बीच में
सॉरी
बोला, बोले
नहीं 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 सॉरी, मैं बीच में बोल गया था, सॉरी माफ कीजिएगा सर।
हर दिन हर हुदूद दीन के 30 दिन होते हैं, हर हुदूद दीन के, और 30 दिन जो है उसकी भी एक तावील है कि हर दिन एक इमाम का दिन है, एक हुदूद दीन का दिन है, जो बराबर बराबर है। क्योंकि इमाम जो है ना वो जो अपने लिए करता है वही आपके लिए पसंद करता है। ऐसा नहीं है कि मेरे लिए अच्छा और तुम्हारे लिए कम, ऐसा नहीं है। तो जो इमाम का 30 दिन का एक दिन है, जिस तरह से नातिक के 30 दिन का एक दिन है, जिस तरह से नफ्से कुल अक्ले कुल के लिए है, वही हम गरीबों के लिए भी है। तो ये एक दिन रिप्रेजेंट करता है एक इमाम के दिन को जो उन्होंने सब हुदूद दिन के लिए रखे हुए हैं। एट द सेम टाइम एक महीने में जो 30 दिन है वो रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं 30 दाइयों को, कि हर दिन के 30 दाई हो गए, यानी कि आपके पास 30 अपॉर्चुनिटीज होगी। इन अदर वर्ड्स you will have one opportunity every single day to show your deen, to show your iman, to fulfill your deen, to fulfill your iman फरमान। देखा
थैंक यू सर।
मजहब में ये इतना गहरा इल्म है कि सुबह से शाम हो जाएंगे हम डर नहीं हो गए हम।
सही बात
So
है सर।
that's why I will request and I will urge, we have so many books of Hudud Deen, so many Faramin, so many Ginans. Don't waste your time on not essential. Read. Ilm, ilm, ilm. So your soul may elevate, elevate, elevate. Ji. Last question, Kamran sahib.
एक छोटा सा सवाल है, आम इस्लाम के लोग नया साल होता है तभी उसकी सेलिब्रेशन करते हैं?
That's a very good historical question. And if I tell you that because our Islamic calendar starts with the Muharram, maybe not. But that's a good question, Jalal Bhai. I love it. Good question.
Thank you so
I
much.
don't know because it starts with the Muharram. And we ourselves have blocked ourselves from celebration. If you're asking me, Aziz Bhai, do you celebrate? Answer is yes. जी
नहीं, मेरे को ऐसा कि हिंदू लोग करते ना, तो ये वही हिसाब से मेरे को याद आया ये कि अपने आम मुसलमान करते कि नहीं, इसलिए पूछा मैंने। Okay,
all right, so should we make this a last question, Kamran sahib?
Ji sir, I think we don't have any
Thank you.
questions.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Kamran sahib. Thank you, everyone, for asking. Great question. Thank you very much. Love you all. Yali Madad.
Yali Madad,
Yali
sir.
Madad.
Thank you and Yali
Yali
Madad.
Yali
Yali
Madad.
Madad, sir. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir. May Mola bless you.
Ameen. Ameen.
Yali
Ameen.
Madad.
Yali
And
Madad.
Yali
Yali
Madad.
Madad. Yali
thanks for
Madad.
the great session.
Yali
Yes.
Yali
Madad.
Madad. Thank
Yali
you.
Madad.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Yali Madad. Yali Madad.
Yali Madad.
Yali Madad. Yali Madad. Yali Madad.